Alrighty, welcome everyone, and all aboard the seasonal hype train. It's Friday, July 5th, at least where I am in America, and a ridiculous number of shows have aired this morning already, and a ridiculous number of those are some of the hypest shows of the season. We are going to start this off with one of my personal hypest shows of the season, one of the shows that I've been most excited for a while, since hearing about it, since digging into some of the details of what this thing is when it was first announced. I've been really excited. So this is, of course, you know it from the title, it's Enen no Shobutai, it's Fire Force. This is the new show being produced by David Productions, aka Those JoJo's people, and it is a manga created by Atsushi Okubo, who's best known, of course, for Soul Eater, which also received a pretty awesome anime adaptation by Bones, which brought a lot of the fight scenes to life and still has some of the best fight scene animation period, but fell off near the end because they decided to diverge, I think, from the original manga plot and try to make a conclusion, an anime original ending, and that didn't work out so well and caused lots of controversy. From what I've heard about Enen no Shobutai, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think they have scheduled a lot of cours of this, and it's going to be a full thing. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard, so that's cool. This show is going to be directed by Yuki Yase, who also directed Mekaku City Actors and Kubikuri Cycle. I've seen Mekaku City, which had really interesting visual direction and just an interesting style, which might come to bear on Fire Force, but we'll see. And I haven't seen Kubikuri Cycle, and I haven't seen any of the other things that he's got minor credits on, so no real bearing on my expectations going in. What do I know about this? I know that people are spontaneously combusting and there's some kind of fire-related power thing. Also, it seems like the main guy goes barefoot and leaves flaming footsteps everywhere. I don't know. But there's a thing going on where people spontaneously combust and he's gonna join the Fire Force, which I guess fights them or something. That's my terrible filtered through, trying not to be spoiled when looking stuff up about the show, understanding of what the show is going to be. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've seen some of the promo art. It looks really good, and this show looks really hype. So without further ado, let's watch episode 1 and see what we're in for and see if it seems to be worth watching. So I've got episode 1 of Enen no Shobutai, or Fire Force, up and ready to go. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction video. You can find the picture-in-picture version with the video inset up there in the corner, down there in the description. Timer-based version will be on YouTube as usual. You're watching it right now. It'll have discussion at the end and a beep beep timer at the beginning. And that beep beep timer, well, before we do that, I'll also do a report at the end of the day that will come out and have like a summary of all of the things that I've watched and my thoughts on them. So keep an eye out for that. Okay? Okay. Because we've got so many things to watch today. We've got this, Dr. Stone, Grand Belm, I think the new Joshi Kause one, and there's one more. The sex one, the sex comedy one. Yeah. A whole lot of shows to watch today, so I'm just going to power through them and then deal with figuring out what I think of them at the end. So, BB timer, if you want to sync up with your own version, goes here. Solar year 198. Okay. How does that relate to our years? I don't know. That's some fire. That's some great looking fire, too. Holy crap. Oh, this is stylish. A stylish sort of steampunky world? Enen no Shobutai. Well, this looks great. The shadows match to the telephone lines. Oh. Oh. So just like that, it happens. Oh, that's gotta be main guy, I think. It's a good looking CG train. I heard it was an infernal. Already we're introduced to that idea. He is excited by this. Oh. That's a big demon thing. Music. Hype. Oh. Mercy killing? Oh. So he recognizes the kid and then just pushes past him. All right. Hmm. Cleric type thing? Special extinguishing shell. Wow, the effects animation. Oh, she's cute. Mechanical design on point. Effects animation on point. Character design seems to be on point. That's how I feel, buddy. Bruh. So loud. I love it. Yeah, what are you? Oh, cool. Convenient. Do we get an OP? Nope. Maybe at the end. The Devil's Footprints. So he's known. Sort of, Full Metal Alchemist-esque. In terms of character introduction. Oh, OP. I like this. Whoa. Whoa. Does that person have cat ears? Made of fire? Whoo! Nutty effects animation. I guess that is one of DP's strong points. Yeah, that flame energy that's coming off of her looks very much like stand energy. Similar techniques. Wow. Wow, what a fucking Sakuga fest. What a Sakuga fest for an OP. Alright. I'm already so hype. Hmm. So they have a religious history of defeating infernals? And those are some big pants, dude. Hammer time. Why are you upside down? Ah. Okay. All right. He can't help it. He's gonna smile. Yep. Put the pressure on him. I like the music so far. So a little idealist. Okay. Hmm. Hey. I like her already a lot. Ooh. Girl fit. That girl lifts. Part timing in dumbbell non kilo. I like her a lot. Cool. Hi. Mm-hmm. What time? Introduction time? Mm. Exposition. Bingo. Ooh, and we switch animation. Whoa. That's cool. Okay. So they're flaming cabaneri. This fire animation is awesome. It's literally fire. Okay. Straightforward. Straightforward shonen goal, straightforward shonen setup. Cool. Main character with special ability drafted into superpowered group. gonna guess that didn't work out quite that way. Is he responsible for the death of his mother and little brother? That's I guess. Oh. That's fast. Unpowered, okay? Okay. Sister unpowered Iris. Second generation pyrokinetic. Okay. So if they're second generation or beyond, they retain their personality and have control over the abilities. Second generation pyrokinetic. And he's also second generation, right? Or is he a third gen or something? Third generation pyrokinetic. Okay. So what differentiates a second from a third? This is going to become a hype theme. Okay. Hmm. So you have a sun-based religion? Makes sense. And we're in 198 solar year. So, makes sense. Oh, the cape of a superhero. I assume by the end of this first episode, we'll see what happened here in the past. Perhaps he'll symbolically overcome that a little bit during this first fight. Oh, there you go. Okay. The blue stripes. Pyrokinetic. Ow. I'm gonna guess that his brother's not dead and will eventually become an antagonistic force. Hmm. Hmm. Something monstrous. So we bring it to the personal level. The rings? The stripes? Yep. Just holding off the flames. Hello. Wow! Wow! Whoa! Wow! That's so cool! Hype, 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 hype! All tied together. Ooh. No, I'm a hero. Whoa. Oh my god. Hype. Hype, 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 hype. Hype. Little taste of heroism, eh? That seems like a legitimate smile. Wonder how any of that is related. Whoa, hello. Thank you, DP. Whoa. Wow, that matches up so well. Seven seconds. Next time. The Heart of a Fire Soldier. A very DP end card. Well, hype, 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 and hype, hype, and hype, hype. Also, hype in the hype with the hype in the hype and the hype, 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 hype. Yeah, yeah. This show's awesome. That was an amazing first episode. There's a little voice in the back of my brain which is like nagging, like this was a really front loaded episode. There is so much Sakuga crammed into this episode. I doubt that we're going to get that much of that level of quality in the future. But if we do, holy crap, that would be amazing. Even if we only get about half that, it's still head and shoulders above a lot of other shows. And man, they knocked a lot of stuff out of the park. So I don't really know where to begin. We let's start with story and setup. It's straightforward. We've got Shonen Boy with a personality quirk. In this case, it's his smiling thing, which causes people to see him in a way that's not quite the way that he actually feels. Reminds me a little bit of the early episodes that introduced Naruto's character of all people. How he's brash and overconfident and way too loud, but then we find out that all of that is because it's his way of trying to get attention from people, because he doesn't get any. And in this case, the smile causes people to find him creepy or unnerving, when we as the audience know that he smiles when he's nervous or excited, and just can't help it. And that creates an interesting situation where we feel like we understand the protagonist better than the people around him do, which I think is really cool. It makes us it inherently makes us relate to him, because we know something about him that other people don't on the surface. So that's pretty cool. And he's got flamey feet. I assume we'll dive deeper into the differences between generations of pyrokinetics and stuff like that. But for now, it doesn't really matter. They managed to do a lot of exposition in this episode, most of it in a very fluid way that makes sense. Either introducing the new kid to the squad, or just telling us little bits and pieces about the world so that we can infer and piece them together ourselves. I think that's great. And then we've got this parallel story of overcoming what is kind of an internal block and coming into one's own, in this first episode, which occurs when we have the flashback parallels between young him talking to his mother, telling her he wants to be a hero, and real him stepping into that role for the first time in reality, putting himself at risk in order to help people. There's a lot of like interesting and intricate world building going on here, like the stained glass windows in the fire station are a fantastic example of show don't tell exposition. They show us these like classic looking saints almost, all of them in the same way that we see Saint George with the serpent. All of them are doing that kind of a pose, destroying a demon or a serpent or a devil, except that they are all infernals. They're all these flaming things. So there's this whole mythology that underlies the foundations of this world, that seeps into everything. Religion, they clearly have a sun-based religion. They our first line of text in the episode is the year 198. Year of the sun, right? What does it open with exactly? Yeah, solar year 198. So from the beginning, we've got this idea that the sun is important and a big part of stuff. And then we come in and there's some really great production stuff going on here. The attention to detail. First thing that I noticed was that as these power lines go by, the light and shadow that's cast by them here matches, and that's nice. And then instantly we've got an explosion of amazing 2D hand-done fire effects. I will say that there's some CG in here that doesn't look amazing, and mostly is the fire. I think that the CG train is fine, looks fine. The CG vehicles that we see later look fine. No CG crowds and stuff, but there's something that happens here when this explosion bursts out. There. Yeah, so we've got this CG fire with this CG smoke here, and then we've got this 2D drawn effect fire back here, and they don't match. They clash, right? And that's just inevitable. It's the same thing you'll get when you swap idols from 2D to 3D versions and then back. But in this case, you've got 2D effects and 3D effects of the same effect in the same frame, and it's going to look a little bit wonky. But to be fair, it looks pretty good despite the little bit of clash. It's effective, and part of that is because of this monster that's in there, which has a lot of interesting little bits and pieces on it. So he's getting ready to do something, and we know he is. And then the crew arrives, so we get to see them in action without him before he ever joins, which is cool. They've got specialized weapons, specialized armor and gear. This whole idea of like saying a prayer for the infernal. You know, they're still souls trapped in fire. They're not evil. They just happen. They're like natural disasters, like fires themselves. And then we get into our first bout of serious Sakuga, and it's just right out the gate. Interesting stuff, interesting scenes, great and effective choreography. I can understand what's going on. This moment of punch, click, boom is super impactful, and I love it. The smoke and fire animation when it's 2D is great or beyond great. And we get this moment where he does the savior thing, and we get this full blended with a CG environment dynamic camera going around, crazy flame effects animation. You can really feel the weight. It's as if he's as if he's jet skiing, you know, around on fire. It reminds me quite a bit of some of the scenes, and I'm going to guess, just like, there's no way to validate this, but the way this is shot and choreographed, I'm going to guess that they went and watched the Hiroaka episodes where Bakugo uses his explosions to redirect himself in midair, because this is reminiscent of that in a big way, and it's a very similar type of ability, and the way he flies around the camera and the use of dynamic camera and these effects just is super reminiscent of that, and looks great, in my opinion. It's hype. And we're only 3 minutes in. So he enlists, we get some stuff about, you've got those demon feet, and then we get the OP. And the OP, usually in an anime OP, you get like one section in the middle or near the like mid end of the OP. That's all the Sakuga moments, right? Usually we open on like characters walking or characters not doing anything or just flying past the screen or whatever. In this case, the entire thing, the entire OP is Sakuga. It's a series of disconnected fights. And look at that. Just like, okay, this run right here. This is dope. I say run. Also, she's cute. Definitely my girl pick of the season, or of the episode so far. I can't wait to see her with her flaming cat ears and, I guess, twin tails. Also, in a bikini top. I'm excited for this. I would like to see this. Yes, please. But yeah, so we see all of the characters over the course of the OP, but it's them getting moments, right? She gets a moment where she runs up into the camera and we can clearly see her face. And another moment where she's just standing there, but then we see her in action and we get an idea of her ability and what she does in the crew. And same here, as this car screams past us, we get a close-up of this guy's face and a little bit of an understanding of what he does in the crew. So it's like the different parts of an OP, which are usually segmented out, are all mishmashed and blended together into this crazy, fluid Sakuga fest that smoothly introduces our characters while making them look like badasses. Which, I don't know about you, but what else do you want? The characters look badass, and we got to see all of them in the OP. That's great. That's perfect. Love it. Great. Fire animation. There are only gonna be so many times that I can mention fire animation. It all looks really good. Okay. That's all I need to say. So then we're introduced to the place, and as I said, these are very classical stained glass paintings, or stained glass windows, but they have one thing that's a little bit different from any stained glass window in our world, and that is, of course, infernals all over, being destroyed by all of these saintly characters in the background. Very cool. Very cool. So, we are then introduced to the crew. Everybody's fun. We get this sort of fun character building moment where we explain his smiling deal and his shonen protagonist goal. I want to be a hero. Very straightforward, very vague. And I think that's probably a good thing. Let me get a little fan service. Not much, just a little bit. And they're cute, both of them. And she's apparently a doofus with a pretty girl flower garden, but she's also fit as fuck in both the British and American sense. Girl fit. And cute. And I want one. Hey. And I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say that this guy doesn't want anybody looking at her. That's a guess. Don't know. There are some great sequences where we completely change the art style to show stylized backstory and stuff, like the origin of the Infernals. It just started out of nowhere. Okay, cool. I'll buy it. This crazy pastel-y, over-the-top, almost Yuasa-y art style here. Very cool. And then again, like, fire animation. It's on point. It's on point. Looks great. So, got our calling, yada yada yada, and then we start being introduced to the backstory and show and why he got the name Demon or Devil, Akuma. And still he's smiling. And then, you can't help but feel for him. He's got this tick that makes him smile whenever he's freaked out. So everybody thinks he's a freaking monster. So we get prepped, get ready to go, get a hype, getting the team together and suiting up montage, and then off we go to fight. And then at the halfway point, we arrive at the scene. So again, we've got this same CG fire here. Looks meh, but it works. It's fine. creative color scheming. Like, what color would the inside of this this room where we're planning things be? Green, like it's cool. It's interesting. I think it's interesting that this guy begs that they bring his wife peace. He knows what's up. She's gone. There's no chance. Just bring her peace, please. So I'm going to guess we're not going to get a lot of characters going like, but we can save her. Which, thank God. So, yeah. The back and forth between this timeline and the past, and the slow reveal of what went down those many years ago that led him to this place. Also, fire animation and effects are amazing. And he gets bibbity babbity bopped, passes out, has flashbacks, and I love how the shadows of the women who are talking crap about him are just these amorphous, monstrous blobs. It's great. And he just can't help it. So there was something there, something other than mom or show or me. I wonder if it was, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a conscious generation infernal who decided to go on a killing spree or something. I don't know. I'm going to, as I predicted in the reaction, I'm going to predict that his little brother Sho is still alive somewhere. Just because of the no bones found. So we get ready for battle. Let's prep up, and you're going to be the one to hit her with the killing blow. Oh my god, the animation on this infernal moving around is so cool. Lots of dynamic camera. All of it really well used, I think. Really fluid, really awesome. Fire animation all throughout, as though it's her hair and everything, and she just like envelops him in flames. She goes and boom, pop. It's like a martial arts fight scene in the middle of a blazing inferno with one of the characters on fire. This is like climax of any other series. Look at that! God, I love traditional effects animation so much. So then he preps up, more traditional effects animation, and it's amazing. He puts on the rocket boosters, gets it ready. Boom! Just exceptional. This makes the part of my heart that loves Takageko. This is so good. It's so good. And he gets a little taste of that being a hero. And he's told, you've taken your first step, haven't you? Get used to those cheers. And he gets this smile, and it's not that tense grin that he normally has. I think this is a legitimate smile. Yee! Feels good. So, concluding thoughts. This is hype as fuck. It looks great. It sounds great. It's loud. It's bombastic. It's crazy. I like the character designs. I like the girls. I love the fights. I love the effects animation. I like the show quite a bit. I'll watch episode 2. Cool? Cool. That's going to be it for me for this installment, let's say, of Teeaboo's Summer 2019 Treasure Hunt. Day 4? Day 4. I want to say day 4. Yeah. All right. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I have, and I hope you'll join me in watching it, because I am definitely going to. I've been Teeaboo. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.